Hey Connected Life, I'm Dr. Steve. Today we are going to be speaking to those times where you feel alone. I know I've been there, I'm sure you've been there numerous times, and I want to give you an exercise that I've done with people to help to break that cycle of suffering. So stick around and we'll get into it. All right, as you know, here on The Connected Life, we try to give you everyday solutions for challenge that we're moving through, and today is no different. We are going to be speaking about an individual that I coached not that long ago, and we spoke, and she actually she was feeling super alone, and all the words that she was saying just were like, you know, no one's there for me, they betrayed me, and like there was this myriad of kind of languaging that she was just alone. And when you hear like alone or no one's with me or no one's supporting me, like those kind of things, that is a core pattern of suffering. And there's anxiety wrapped in it. There's sadness and depressions that are wrapped in that. And so that for the system is extremely stressful, holds a ton of tension. But then also one of the downsides of holding on to stuff like that is that as you're moving through life, not only is your posture being in a protective mode, but you're also seeing the world from not necessarily a place of abundance and opportunity, but you're just barely hanging on because you're kind of scraping together like little bits of like resources of life. You're just in survival mode. So you're walking around and you got this hovering feeling like this dark cloud that you're alone. And you're comparing yourself with all the other people that are smiling, laughing, seeming somewhat abundant. And that drives more aloneness and more depression because you're feeling more alone. Because all these people, as you see it, are not alone. They're involved with everybody else. So they have all this support and you have none. And so it's just this tumultuous situation internally that goes on, and it's not fun by any means. So if maybe you know somebody that's in that situation, send them this video because this might be really helpful for them. This is exactly how I've coached this woman through this particular situation. So just stay with me here. So I just wrote to your evolution when feeling alone, because what you're not seeing is you are blind essentially when you're in that state. You're blind to the surrounding people around you that you've essentially taken for granted. And so what I have this person do at the beginning is I have them, and I just draw, okay, I'll be like, hey, Sally, okay, this is you. Okay, let's go through and tell me all the people in your life right now that are around you. So, okay, well, there's my mom. Okay, great. And there is my dad. Okay, and there is my brother. We'll call him Rick. And there is Susan and my cousin Andy and my friends Sally and Betty and Georgia, and et cetera, et cetera. So what I have them do is give a kind of a map of the people currently that are involved in the life. Now, as I do this, what I'm asking them to do is to come temporarily out of the stress response to be able to picture and identify the people that are in their life. So it requires more of the cortex of their brain to organize the data of their life. Who's in your life that actually is in there supporting you? So they go through and removing the oxygen, the blood, the sugars to the foreground of the brain so that they can identify who's in their environment. So instantly it starts to see, okay, well, hold on, I'm not alone. I still don't feel right, but now I see that there's a myriad of people. Okay, well, I still don't necessarily appreciate them. In fact, I'm taking them for granted. So I'm still not getting what I want in life. So I'm still not necessarily appreciating my current reality. And so then what I do is they say, okay, yeah, I see that I got people around me, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but that doesn't help me in my situation. So then I ask them to go into each individual, okay, and I ask them specifically what value that person is bringing to your life. So now I ask them, well, what's the value that they are bringing you to your life? And we spend time going through each one, finding anywhere between 5 to 10 points, specific points that that individual uniquely is bringing to their life. And so as we go through that, every time we do, we're finding 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and more. So let's say in total, 50 to 100 plus ways which they're being supported in their life, which they aren't alone in their life, and which their natural evolution is happening with these people surrounding them. So they start to see all the ways that these people are bringing value. And as you articulate all the ways that these people are bringing value, you're literally starting to identify all the juicy areas, all the energized areas of your life. And you get to see naturally a larger scope of your life. Instead of you feeling alone and isolated and disconnected, what you do is you start to see, who am I connected with? So you're stretching your mind. And then further, what's the value that they're bringing me? And then as you see the value that you're bringing, you can start to appreciate your life and how it's evolving, because through all these repetitions, you're seeing, oh my God, all these wonderful things that I have going on, all these projects that people are helping me with, all these great conversations I'm having, all these great dialogues and therapists that are working through, and these relationships that are growing. And oh my God, like I have all this stuff. So it naturally moves them toward a state of abundance. And that state of abundance is where you see nothing's missing. It was just support in ways that you weren't seeing and that you were blind to. And that invites in a new frame of mind for your life to appreciate life as is. Once you do that, you can break that pattern of feeling alone and separate and isolated. And while you're doing that, biggest part, while you're doing that, is you, let's say when you're feeling alone and disconnected, there is 20% of you that's focused, we'll use Pareto's principle, is 20% of you is focused on you and 80% is focused on what everybody else has, and that you're a victim to the environment and everybody has it better than you. And as your mind grows around this idea, your comparison with other people becomes less and less, and more so appreciating what you have and the abundance that you have around you. And that provides your system a whole new opportunity to look at life and appreciate life as is. And then you're in a much more resourceful state, being able to come up with new solutions to the challenges that you're facing. But first, appreciating what you are with a big mind. And this, in my eyes, is one way to get a big mind about your current life and to appreciate it on a whole other level. Now, I have met with people where they said, well, Steve, I don't have anybody. And so I won't settle for that because there are somebody. Even if you're watching this video, I'm going to be somebody that's supporting you right now. So you could even use me as an example, and you say, Dr. Steve on a video supported me. How do you support me? Well, he taught me about this information. He taught me how to expand my mind. He taught me how to value people in my life. He taught me what questions to ask. Great, there's 5 ways or 4 ways that I've supported you in this particular moment. So I don't settle for people that say there's nobody that supports me in my life. Generally speaking, they're attached to receiving support by one person or 2 people that didn't give it to them. And so that suffering has blanketed their entire reality. And they think nobody's supported, there's no support around. But really it stems from a core suffering of support that they expected from someone that they didn't receive. And so part of my job is to have them appreciate life as is. And this is one way that we go about doing that. And the reason being is I'm not having them try to settle for life. I'm having them appreciate life the way that it is, so that when we could be in an appreciative state, we come up with more resourceful solutions to current life stresses. If you can't appreciate what is, it's difficult to come with new strategies and solutions for yourself to organize your life at the next level. So if somebody says, I don't have anybody, that's BS. that's not possible. They have somebody or something that supports them. And it could even be virtually in their mind. They're making up people in their mind that support them. Fantasies, even fantasies support people. So there's nothing missing. It's just in a form you're not looking at. And I hold people accountable to make sure that they see exactly what's going on in their life so that they could be appreciative for it and come up with good natural solutions for themselves, authentic solutions to improve the quality of their life. So this is one way you go about when you're feeling alone, anxious, feeling like you're the only one in the world, like everyone's got it better than you, or no one has it as worse as you, and you're feeling that alone place. This is an exercise that you can begin with. And if you know somebody in your life that's experiencing that, share this video with them, please, because I think if they do this exercise, they will notice a profound shift in their state of awareness, and they'll be able to unhinge from some of this alone pattern that they might experience. So good luck with that. Please share it. Let them know if there's any questions. Throw those in the comments below, and we will see you on the next video. Hey guys, Dr. Steve here. If you hate this channel, leave a nasty comment below and don't subscribe. But if you do like this content, I'd love for you to be able to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and leave a wonderful, inspiring comment below as to what you're learning. So we'll talk to you soon.